Welcome to the South Ops Fire Weather Webcast for Thursday, July 3rd. I'm your host, Kristen Stewart. A fairly deep marine layer remains in place this morning, with widespread low clouds across all the coastal areas. Inland areas should clear nicely in the next couple hours, but as usual, the coastline may be more sluggish. The cut-off low-pressure system that has been bringing thunderstorm activity to the deserts the past few days has largely moved on into the Great Basin, and there is almost no mid-level cloud cover left over. Finally, you can see the large smoke plume associated with the Madre fire over the Los Padres in San Luis Obispo County. That fire has been very active since it ignited yesterday and has burned well over 30,000 acres. Air quality is expected to be very poor in the areas surrounding the fire. The weather pattern through the weekend will remain quite uneventful, with no high-impact weather expected, as weak troughing lingers over California. The cutoff low that brought cooler temperatures and desert thunderstorm activity will move into the Great Basin today, and drier and sunnier weather will prevail. However, some lingering isolated thunderstorms are possible this afternoon over the deserts. Another weak trough will move in for Friday with more progressive westerly flow that will serve to kick out the thunderstorm threat and bring enhanced onshore flow and drier conditions to the interior. No significant weather features will be in place this weekend. Temperatures will continue to slowly cool through Friday across the interior, but remain mostly steady closer to the coast. Valley highs will range in the upper 80s to mid-90s. Coastal areas in the lower mountains will remain more comfortable in the 70s and 80s. Little change in temperatures is expected this weekend, though most areas will warm back up a few degrees. A persistent marine layer will remain in place through the weekend, with night through morning low clouds likely limited to the coastal plains and some lower valleys. Minimum humidity will be mainly 12 to 25% above and inland from the marine layer influence through the weekend, except for widespread single digits in the deserts. Recoveries will be mostly fair to good outside of the deserts and higher Southern California peaks. Winds will be primarily diurnal and terrain-driven through the weekend, with occasional afternoon and evening breeziness across the wind-prone ridges and passes. An enhancement in winds across the interior is likely today and Friday, with gusts of 25 to 40 miles an hour possible for the favored valley and adjacent slope areas. Forecast projections indicate that high pressure is expected to strengthen over the desert southwest next week, especially the mid to latter portion. While it strengthens, it also is expected to shift westward and anchor itself over the Colorado River Valley. Even though there remains some uncertainty with regards to forecast details, there is increasing confidence in significant heat developing across the region, and not only just for the interior. From how it looks right now, triple-digit heat is a likely outcome for portions of the coastal valleys by late next week. The marine layer will become pretty much non-existent, allowing for coastal regions to warm up quite a bit. The Central Valley will really heat up, with highs likely exceeding 105 to 110. Due to the positioning of the high pressure being so far to the west, the chances for monsoon thunderstorms have been reduced. We'd like to see the high closer to the Four Corners region for that moisture to be pulled into the area. Although, as always, things can change in the coming days, and we will continue to monitor the forecast. Overall, no major critical fire weather concerns are expected through early next week due to the absence of any significant heat, low humidity, or strong winds. Though, as we saw with the Madre fire yesterday, a large fire with rapid rates of spread is very much possible any day on wind and terrain-aligned starts in finer fuels. Increased human starts on Friday for the 4th of July holiday will also likely coincide with a modest increase in wind across the interior. So given all that, at least moderate initial attack activity and moderate to elevated probabilities for large fire will continue to exist through the next 7 days, and then we'll likely see greater probabilities later next week with the significant heat. And that's all I have for today. Thanks for tuning in. Our next webcast will be on Friday, July 4th. Have a fantastic day.